So just like I told you, I filmed this before, but it didn't come out the way it was supposed to. So we're going to redo it. This is going to be from the home menu all the way to pan optics, live scope, everything. I'm going to show you how I set mine up. We're going to go through the options, color palettes, and all of that. This time we're going to make sure that it is not blurry. And if you have any questions, comments, anything, leave it in the comments section. Remember to subscribe and to like. And without further ado, I'm going to get this thing set up and show you how to set up your Garmin Live Scope. Alright, so here we are, we're on the home menu. And what we're going to do with this here is, here's the home menu. You've got charts, sonar, pan optics combos, gauges, and active captain. If your transducer is not hooked up correctly for your live scope, the pan optics will not show up. Like I said, this is on a Echomap Ultra 10.6 with the side view and everything. So we'll go into pan optics. There we go. And here it is. Alright, as you can see, there's a little school fish sitting right there. What I like to do is I like to be 30 feet out and start out. Right now we're at 35 foot down, but let's just have just the, we want to see just the bottom. So in this instance here, this here is really too high. This is 20 feet. So we want to come up and have just the bottom. So 30 feet out, 30 feet that way. Come into our menu. Alright, I like to run an auto medium gain. You can run an auto high if you don't feel like you're seeing everything well. Or you can run an auto low, which it's going to tone everything down, but I don't feel like you see your structure as well. Seems like auto medium is kind of a happy place. If you need, you can play around with it, but running on auto medium, you know, you should be good. Your depth range, like I said, 30 feet. You can adjust it here. It's easier to adjust it out on the main screen, but it has it here, forward range. Pause sonar, I don't know why we need to do that, but you have that option. You can pause it, like if you want to set a waypoint. Resume sonar. Alright, one thing that I did see, let's see where it went. I seen some structure right there. Say there's some structure right there, and we want to mark it. So one thing that you can do to mark structure, come over here and you poke on it. Put your crosshairs on it. Go to new waypoint. Put your crosshairs on it right there. Come up here to waypoint. It's got a waypoint. There it is. You can edit the waypoint, change the symbol, the name, the depth, the water temperature, and everything. So, and just delete. Alright. So that's how you do a waypoint menu. Go back to resume sonar. So yeah, we want it transmitting. Okay, the sonar setup. So the appearance. Alright, color scheme. There you've got amber, which looks like that. You've got copper, kind of changes things. Black emerald, which is one I like. I like it. I feel like I can see everything, especially when it's really sunny. I can just see everything that's going on. Midnight blue, you can still see. It just depends on what you like to look at. Orange crawfish, red shad. Blue, this here, it really shows up the fish, but makes it hard to see your structure. See, here's more fish, but I can't see if we can scoot over here and find some structure. It's just a ton of school. They're just all suspended right there at 16 feet. And see, this is what they look like in blue. And then this is yellow. I'm not a real big fan of yellow. Not really a real big fan of blue. I'm a black emerald guy. Okay, here's some structure on the bottom. This is what that structure is going to look like. Kind of hard to see the difference between your structure and your fish with blue or with yellow. But whenever you say you're amber, so you can see all these little jokers swimming around holding to this, and you can still see your tree branch or whatever that is. It's like black emerald. It seems like everything just shows up better with black emerald. Then you've got color gain. This here just kind of is going to either make it brighter or kind of dull it out. I just go with default, kind of keeps it right in the middle. And then, so the trails, I don't ever use the trails. You can play around with that, turn them on, make them fast. Just kind of leaves kind of where those bubbles there were. Medium really, and then slows it down. You can see where things are swimming. See how those little fish there that are in that school, you can see kind of where their trail is. I don't really use it, don't need it. Okay, bottom feel, turn it on, it just feels that bottom. I don't use it, don't feel like I need it. Grid overlay, there puts the grid on everything. So you can see, you know, it kind of like there's 16 feet, brings 16 feet out to here, but just kind of keeps, without it, kind of keeps everything closed off. And then scroll history, I guess it's just kind of giving you a history of what you're going over. I don't ever use it. Alright, then you have your noise rejection. I always leave that on high. Turn it down, you get a lot more of this stuff here. You turn it off, you get, these are the rays that's shooting out from your transducer, you get all that. So I just leave it, knock all that noise off. We can still see these fish, we don't need all that. TVG, low, medium, high. And that's the time varying gain. To be honest with you, it has been explained to me, but I do not remember for sure what they said that was. But I'll leave it off. I guess it just takes more of that clutter out of there. You can run it on there, play with it, see what you like. I like it off because see, I can still see the fish without it. Your overlay data, just like your device voltage, I've got it hid. I like my depth. I mean, you could use your speed, especially if you were trolling or something, you might have that on, just so then you could keep a troll. But my speed is showed on my remote control on my for my Garmin unit. So let's see if you can see that right there. But it tells my speed right here, so I don't need speed on this device. I do like having water temperature, and I do like having time of day, just so I know what kind of time we're getting into. And then your installation. Installation depth, that's just at 1 foot. That's just how far under the water the transducer is. Calibrate compass. You can calibrate your compass. It'll show which way your device is pointing as reference to your boat. But I always have my eyes kind of on the screen, and I'm working my trolling motor, so I'm aware of where it's at all times. Then your orientation. Of course, your orientation, you want forward. A good way to make sure that you have your sonar set up correctly is you put it on auto. And if it changes to anything other than forward, then you know you have it set up wrong. But I change mine between perspective and forward view. So whenever I'm going to be crappie fishing or I want to use forward view, I like to just go ahead and have the orientation to forward, and then I'll manually change it if I go to perspective mode. Okay. Focus, auto fresh, because I'm in fresh water, so auto fresh. I guess if you're in salt water, you can go to auto salt. You can go up, down, kind of change some of this stuff, see what it does, but I don't really know. Just go auto fresh, it stays right in the middle. Alright, and then of course installation. So you get in it and you think that you've messed everything up, just go to restore to defaults. It'll take everything back to the beginning, and then you can go off of it. Whenever I first started playing with it, that was something that I did, was I felt like I had jacked everything up. So I just went back to defaults and started back over. And the biggest thing is just get out on the water and play with it, is the biggest way to learn how to use it. All this here, your top bar. If you want to put a compass tape, or if you have the trolling motor and you want to put the trolling motor bar on there, you can. This is what it looks like. And you can actually control your trolling motor from your unit. I have a remote control, so it's useless to me. So what I like to do is have that have it on none. I like as much of this screen as I can get. And then back, okay, and the last thing I want to show you, see how this here will go down, gives me more screen. bear with me. I'm going to try to see if I can figure out where that's at, because I figured it out to, of course, move it. But I don't remember exactly where it was. Menu bar display, auto hide. I missed it. So right here it is. It's going to be the menu bar display, auto hide. You can turn that off to where it stays on there all the time. You can turn it to auto hide. I like it on auto hide. That way whenever I'm on my here, it's going to drop down. It's going to give me some more screen to see. The more screen I have, the better off it is. So anyway, hope this here has helped, and you'll be able to use some of the information that I've given you to get your LiveScope set up and get started using it. Also look for our like and subscribe to the channel. Also look for our other videos. I will show you some simple techniques that I use when live scoping that will help you to be able to find your bait if you're single poling and you want to see your bait. Some techniques and tricks that I use to do that. So like I said, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the water.